Hello, my name is Byron, and this is BjjBrick Q&A, where you send in your jiu-jitsu related questions, and I do my best to give you a good answer. This time, we've got a question about controlling your breathing while you're rolling. Here we go. This question is from Les. I've been training BJJ for a year and a half now. I got my blue belt 7 months ago, and I'm still struggling with the breathing aspect of jiu-jitsu. I always gas out in most of my rolls. My question is, am I supposed to coordinate my breathing with my movements? Thanks for your help, guys. Thank you, Les, for the question. The big overall question was, are you supposed to coordinate your breathing with your movements? If you look at weightlifters or a lot of athletes, they will coordinate their breathing with an explosive movement. It helps them get a little bit extra power, a better movement out of what they're putting into it. In jiu-jitsu, blue belt, I don't know if that's your best option, and I don't really think that that's your problem. I would think that you're pretty good at jiu-jitsu. You're a blue belt, you've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and you're kind of getting your game developed, but you're just running out of gas. That seems to be like the bigger problem. The reason why I would guess this is happening, two things. Maybe you don't have that good of a gas tank. So a little bit of cardio exercise might help you out, might help you go a little longer on the mat. But the problem I'm really thinking is that you're just working too hard while you roll. And why are you working too hard while you roll? Because you're all the time probably trying to win, or you're stressed about what's happening. If you know you're not going to win, if you're rolling with a brown belt or black belt or a purple belt, and you know already this guy always beats me, you're still stressed about it, okay? Or if you're rolling with the white belt and you really want to push the pace and win, of course you're going to run out of gas. So both of those situations, and of course with the competitive blue belt, that's where you're going to spend a lot of energy as well, burning up the oxygen and making your heart work very hard and getting you tired. So I would say if you want to get better at controlling your breathing, if you want to get better at rolling longer, you have to kind of stop caring so much about whether you win or whether you lose. Because that idea that's going on in your head, I might lose, I'm in a bad spot, your heart's going to pump really hard, you're gonna burn energy from handling stress, not from the movements. Now maybe you have a real wild style where you're constantly moving and constantly flowing, of course you're going to get tired. But I picture most blue belts are kind of in a competitive phase in their grappling, and everybody has competitive phases, of course, but you don't need to win every match while you're training. And so if you could relax a little bit, and if somebody's almost past your guard, just tell yourself, I could get my guard back. I don't need to struggle and freak out as they do this, and if they do pass, I'll be fine. If they pass and they tap me out, I'm still gonna be fine. What you don't want to do is to act like each match is the world championship and you end up getting tired and you get less rolls out of that. So a drill I recommend for you would be to partner up with somebody, several partners really, and get in side control, get in a bad spot and just say, attack me and I'm going to try to defend. But here's the trick, you're not going to defend using a lot of energy. You're just going to try to stay safe using, I would say 20%. That's a good amount to try. While your partner, who might be more skilled than you, about the same or less, is just throwing everything they have at you. And you'll be surprised, Les, that you're able to defend more than you think. Because what you're probably doing in a bad spot is working very hard to escape, which of course burns up a lot of gas. So it actually didn't take a whole ton of energy to defend a lot of attacks if you could kind of keep in safe. You keep your arms from getting drawn out from your body. You keep in a little shell, and you just kind of hang out. They start to bring your arm in, boom, you pop in a little bit of energy, you get your elbow back to your core, you get your hands by your neck. If they start to grab your collar, you defend that, but you're only using your hands to defend that. That should make you tired. So just kind of think, why am I getting tired? You're not using your legs to defend your neck and your arms so much as they are in side control. And you'll really be surprised with how little amount of energy you'll have to spend while in a bad spot like that. And so this is going to do a couple things. It'll show you that just trying to escape constantly in a bad spot is inefficient, and you need to wait for the opportunity, and that you can wait a little while. It'll help you sense like when you're in danger. You know, so I'm tucked in, I'm pretty safe. He's trying to draw my elbow up to try to get a Kimura or maybe my arm from the far side arm bar, and I need to break that right now. Oh, I didn't break it quite enough, and it's really up high, and he's swinging around for it. Okay, he probably got me in an arm bar. It's just a training process. You're just learning. It's not a big deal if you get caught in an arm bar. You need to tell yourself that. That'll help bring that stress levels down. So when you're rolling and somebody gets side control on you or put you in a bad spot, play that kind of a more defensive game as I'm going to stay here for a little while and I'm going to defend the attacks. And it's not going to be a big deal if I get caught. It'll increase your confidence in your escapes. It'll slow you down, which both those things are going to help. The confidence will help reduce your stress levels while you're rolling. And you just slowing down, of course, will help you not be breathing as heavy and trying as hard. So I think those are two big things: getting that confidence in your defense and your escapes, and then slowing things down when you're in a bad spot. It's okay. I don't know, haven't seen you roll anything like that, but I imagine you're working pretty hard, pretty much all the time. You know, whether you're in a good spot or in a bad spot, you're burning up those calories, which is good. It's a fun way to burn calories. But you're worried about your breathing and your output of energy. You got to slow down a little bit, man. I'm assuming you're in decent shape. You're a blue belt. You've been training for a year and a half. Of course you're in decent shape. So just try those couple things. Partner up with some people. Let them kind of work some dominant positions on you. You burn so much more energy escaping the position than you do just trying to stay tight for a little while. And that'll help you kind of figure out, okay, now's my chance to get out. Now there's a space. And you take that window. But don't just constantly be throwing full energy into somebody's very strong side control when they're not attacking you. They're holding the position. That's a waste of energy. It's tough to get out of that spot. So just evaluate what you're doing. And just another thing that really helped me is it's okay to tap. And of course it's okay to tap. You're a blue belt. If it wasn't okay to tap, you'd have been injured by now. You'd already quit. But just know that going in. If this guy who's my friend, he's never tapped me before, if I play this kind of a different game that kind of slow down my output and he catches me, that's okay. It's not a big deal. He's learning jiu-jitsu too, and it might help him out to figure out what one of his moves is just good enough to catch me when I'm being slow and lazy or trying to work less. And that might help him out. That's your teammate. So it's okay to tap. That's what it's there for. You're training, you're not competing. Try to get out of that competition mode while you're in class. And I'm sure your cardio is strong enough for it. Your lungs are good enough for it. And you'll surprise yourself with how many more rounds you could roll when you stop really caring if you win or you lose. So thank you, Les, for the question. If anybody has any questions like this one, I'd be happy to try to help. Give you hopefully decent advice at it, the best that I can from my experiences here. Check us out on the BjjBrick podcast every week. It's the audio program. You find you in iTunes or on Stitcher Radio or anywhere that you could download podcasts. And catch you guys next time on BjjBrick Q&A.